How's everybody doing today? It's been a while, definitely, since I made a video. Um, a lot's changed since then. Um, well, first of all, I'm home. I've been home for about 2.5 weeks, I think. Uh, I'm no longer with Melton. Uh, I'm starting a new job on Monday for a local equipment delivering company, a rental company. I rent bulldozers and scissor lifts and all types of equipment for construction. I start with them on Monday. Uh, I'm pretty excited about that because it's still flatbed and it's delivering equipment. And I get to drive the equipment, which I'm excited about. Uh, Now, this is going to be a video about my experience with Melton, because every driver who makes videos about companies, they just do the video for their experience. They're not going to talk about any other person's experience. They can only talk about theirs. So I'm going to talk about mine. And I should start off by saying my experience might not be the same as yours. So the experience that I had might be okay with you, or it might be something you don't want to do, such as like me. So I was over the road with my driver trainer, and he's he was. I don't think he understood boundaries. So let's just say that. I don't think he understood boundaries. I'm not gonna get into it. It kind of says that just sums it up, really. I don't think he understood boundaries. So, but that's not why I left. Why I left is because Melton, they told me before I left home in March that I'd be out 4 weeks, and then I'd be home at the end of those 4 weeks. But that's not the way it went. So I went out for the 4 weeks, and then when I got back, I went back to the, not the Laredo, I went back to the Oklahoma terminal in Tulsa, Oklahoma. That's the main terminal. I went back there, and I got back there, and I thought it was just gonna be get back there and start doing paperwork to get my truck. But I got back there, and I got there on a Friday, and they said, all right, you're going to be here 2 days doing schoolwork, doing more training, more classwork. Not what I wanted to do. And since I got there on a Friday, nobody's there on the weekends, so they actually wanted me to do 4 days of training because they wanted me to come in on the weekends. So nobody's there on the weekends except for us students and like two small trainers. And so they wanted us to come in, but they don't come in. And so now 2 days of training turned into 4 days of training, and I didn't agree with that. And then they said that on Monday when you get your truck, you might not go right home. You might, like I was expecting, on my way home, I'm picking up a load and then dropping it off and then going home. But they said you can stay out for another week, a week and a half, if we need you to. And I didn't agree with that at all. About maybe 3 or 4 days or a week after I got back home, that's when a guy that I started training with, that's when he got home, a week after I got home. So I don't think I would have lasted another week, because it was just like, they tell you got a task to do, like you got to do this many days of training, or you got to do this, and then you do it, and then, but they didn't tell you that after that you got another task, and then after that you got another one. They don't tell you the next step. They just tell you, in the end, this is what's gonna happen, but they don't tell you the stuff in between. So I don't agree with that. I don't like not being told what I'm gonna do, where I'm gonna go. I don't like that at all. I like having everything planned. Maybe that's my weakness or whatever, but if they would have told me in the beginning that I might have to stay out 5 or 6 weeks, I probably wouldn't have went to the company. So even though you get 6 days home after that, it's like, and then on top of that, 1 week out for 1 day home is not, that's not ideal. And so many other companies do so much better. They do 2 days every week you're home. And everyone says if you're only out a week, you're not going to get paid. But there are companies out there that pay a lot. They pay a lot, even though you're only out 5 days. So you got to find those companies. Dave thinks large rocks are backing up behind the riffles of the sluice box, causing gold to wash out. I say before you go to Melton, ask all the questions. And when they tell you you're out 4 weeks, it's going to be a little more than 4 weeks. It's not going to be 4 weeks on the dot and then you're going home. It's going to be at the end of your 4 weeks, though. At the end of the 4 weeks of driving with your trainer, you do have the option, when you're done with those 4 weeks, go back to a terminal and get on a Greyhound back home for those 4 days. And then when you come back, get your truck. You do have that option. But that they will not work on getting you a truck when you're back home. So when you come back after those 4 days home, you gotta wait another 2 or 3 days for a truck. They won't work on that for you while you're home. So you have those two options. Either get your truck and then hopefully you get a route on your way home and then go home, or at the end of your 4 weeks, go home for those 4 days and wait longer for your truck. So before you go into Melton, ask them. Or no, don't even ask them, because I'm just gonna tell you, you're gonna be out more than 4 weeks. A little more than 4 weeks, you're gonna be out. And I'll tell you this right now. Everyone, listen to this right now. Those, if you're out 2 weeks, don't let the recruiter tell you that the 2 days after those 2 weeks are promised. They're not promised. They're going to do what they can, and they're going to try, but they're not promised. They do what they can, but it's not like a guarantee you're going to go home. Because I always see every channel I go to, everyone talks good about Melton, but nobody tells like there are bad things, but there's bad things about every company. Every company there's bad things, but this is just a company I went to, and I'm telling you the bad things about this company. There's a lot of good things, but there's also a lot of bad things. Now, if you do have the flexibility and the strength or whatever to stay out those 6 weeks, 5 or 6 weeks, then by all means, you can do that. It's just not something I agree with. So yeah, so Monday I'm starting with a company delivering equipment, rentals, and so yeah. And I don't think I got credit for it. And then people can make their own decisions. I don't know what else to say. I apologize if I put anybody on Melton and then you didn't find out that it was what you wanted, or I put anybody on Melton and now I'm turning back.
So I'm gonna get on that right there.
Just doing what's best for me and my family, and trying to inform you guys of my experience, what could also be your experience. So,
Yesterday's dirt looks kind
big
of
shout out to Chris the trucker. Just subscribed to his page a couple weeks ago, and he subscribed to mine. He's a cool dude. I watch his videos. Shout out to Cool Cutter. Cool Cutter. He's a very he's a very wise man. If you're just getting into trucking and you need some like kind of motivation, or just somebody to tell you, like, just pep you up a little bit. Cool Cutters videos. Cool Cutters. His videos are they're motivational. They will definitely help you through brick walls and definitely keep you going. Also, forgetting his damn name. I haven't been on YouTube in a while. Damn. Damn, I'm forgetting his name. Going a blank. But shout out to him too. You know what I'm talking about. What else? I think that's about it. This video is 12 minutes now. So, yeah. Shout out to everyone. And keep on trucking. Peace.